Good afternoon, folks. It's another episode of the Gary and Mark Show, and I'm Gary.
And I'm Mark.
And we are coming to you not live.
No, but we're alive.
We're alive, and we got the sun on us, and here we are at the old historic bridge over the Green River, known when it was built as High Bridge.
And so, do you have any idea how far above the Green River this is?
I think
hundreds of feet.
It's 108. It's almost 200 feet high.
It's pretty impressive.
Yeah, and when this bridge was built in 1927, it was the highest bridge of its design east of the Mississippi.
And so if you're listening to our podcast via the normal podcast routes, go to YouTube, because we'll put a few photos up there on the YouTube.
Yeah, go to YouTube.
Yeah, check that out.
Yeah.
And so, Gary, this is a new year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you. And you know, I looked, the last time we did a New Year one, we were also on a bridge, or kind of a bridge. We were at the tower at Camp Mondamin.
There you go. And this kind of ties in.
It does, yeah.
If we were to go down to the river here and walk upstream and then get around the dam, we'd be at Lake Summit. And then Lake Summit is kind of the reason that Mondamin is where it is.
That's true.
And as long as we're talking about that, let's remember that right behind us, there's about 70 acres that York Farr has made a generous deal with
nice of him.
Conserving Carolina, hoping to make a Bell Park, and hoping this happens in conjunction with the 100th anniversary of Mondamin, which will be this coming summer. And the idea, you'd be able to park there and walk right down to put in, if you're, the upper green, which my skill level, I could do that in one of these inflatable boats as long as I've got some responsible adults with me. But otherwise, that's out of my range.
You said the bridge was what year? 27?
27.
And so the camp was 22.
Camp was 22.
So how did they cross this river prior to
that?
Well,
and let's get back in 1916 when Frank Bell was 18 years old. He attempted to paddle the green before the dam.
Wow.
And all I've heard him say is, he made it down, but I think his boat, of course it's wood and canvas.
Yeah.
It was just splinters and toothpicks by the time he finished. And of course now these plastic boats and the skill level that people have,
you'd still have to be a pretty good paddler to get
you
through.
would.
Yep.
You would have to be a very good paddler.
A little bit.
That gets me. My late father-in-law, great guy, had a big garden. He'd trap groundhogs. This is Media, Pennsylvania, and he would go to the trouble to drive them out to Ridley Creek State Park and let them go.
Well, groundhog, that's where in Pennsylvania? It's probably not far from.
Well, this is more. He's closer to Philadelphia. Than Puxtatawny.
So what part of Philadelphia, as Pennsylvania is that city?
I think that's a little west.
Okay.
West in the, kind of in the mountains.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, boy, that gets us on. This is mid-January, but in 2 weeks it'll be Groundhog Day.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
And I looked up the history of that. It kind of goes back to early days German folks back, I don't know, it was before Germany was really a country, folks who lived there. There it was, what'd they have there? They didn't have groundhogs. They had, heck, what are those little, got them in England? Hedgehogs.
Oh, yeah. Well, they're much smaller.
They had hedgehogs.
I remember being in Europe a few years ago. We saw a hedgehog just kind of edge of some building. Yeah, it's the first one
somehow ever. It's tied to the early celebration of Candlemas, which is a early Christian celebration, I guess, in the winter, handing out candles to help you get through the darkness.
Wow, we're learning all kinds of things today.
We are.
So we were talking about the bridge. How did they get across the water? I remember that reading a sign or a little biography somewhere of Peter Geiss. You ever
Yeah,
notice
yeah.
that bridge?
Yeah, that's
the new
Peter-
bridge.
yeah.
He had a ferry at almost an exact place where the new bridge is built, and that's who that Peter Geiss was. He ran the ferry to get people across the Green River down at that point.
Well, I tell you where I think they crossed before this got built was if you think of the old single span bridge there at Green Cove.
Right, yeah.
That was the old, that road that wound around through Green Cove. That was your old way down, down the mountain. So folks would have driven up, what's Old 25, and that at some point it would kind of veer in maybe where the back entrance to Green Cove and wind around. You would cross that single span bridge. That was where it crossed the Green. There was nothing in between that and I don't know where.
All right. Well, some good history right there, Gary.
Well, in Howard Gap, if you go on up 176 to a little, and I've been down to that, you get to a place where Howard Gap, where the ford was across the.
Boy.
And then Howard Gap, takes you on down to, is it near Harmon Field and Trine?
Yeah, that road's been washed out, I think, for 2 years now at least.
Yeah.
I don't know when they're going to get it fixed back. Well, I mean, times have changed. I mean, there's a new Green River Bridge. How many miles over would Interstate 26 be?
Gosh. 8
or so?
Yeah, let's see. And when that got built, well, they opened up I-26 all the way down the mountain around 74.
Okay, I thought so. About the time I was at camp, because I used to get off down in somewhere down there where I live and had to come up this road, 176.
And then this new Green River Bridge that we're beside is 01.
Wow.
And then shout out to a lot of folks in Saluda and others who wanted to save this old bridge so it wouldn't get torn down.
Yeah, definitely historic.
Yeah.
And used to be a train came through here.
Yeah.
Hadn't been a train how many years? 15 or so now.
Yeah.
Used to actually be a passenger train at one point, but it was just too steep.
Yeah,
Those train buffs would know it's called the Saluda Grade.
Yeah.
Steepest main line railroad in
the east.
Yeah. I forgot what the grade was, but it was steep.
And, of course, getting to all those superlatives, Lake Summit, which the dam, when that built in 22, that was called Lake Summit because at the time it was the highest man-made lake east of the Mississippi.
Really?
There you go.
I did not know that.
How about that?
That is interesting.
Yeah.
I learn something all the time.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Election down in Watershed.
Yeah.
We Mayor Thomas. We talked last time we had a session. They were having the recount.
Yep.
We had to have Dee Dee on to explain that didn't change a whole lot of things.
No, and people were civil down there.
They were. I don't think inauguration. He's not getting sworn back in. He's won every year for years, and I don't think you're going to find much insurrection down there, do you, Gary?
No, it's pretty quiet. People get along.
And if I think Dee Dee could take care of it.
I think Dee Dee runs a tight ship.
She does. And she's probably on extra duty. Got one of her deputies, one of her motorcycle ladies sworn in as.
You don't want to mess with them.
No, you do not. No. Wicked women of Watershed. They just brings a picture to your mind of a mean group. But we know a couple of them. They're not that mean.
Their bark's worse.
That's right. But don't cross them.
Yeah, and you don't want to get bit.
You don't want to. You don't. So what else I was going to say? This is our third year actually of podcasting. This is episode number 42,
and so far we're COVID free. But
we are, and we're on camera. You can see at least 5 feet, but we're outdoors. It's 45 degrees here on the bridge. Yeah. Not exactly warm, but it is in January, mid-January.
Yeah, a little breeze.
Feels good.
Yeah.
It feels good. Well, I know you've been busy thinking of new inventions and stuff. I mean, you are the creator of the Pocket Buddy and
this kind of goes along with that, and it's not something I invented.
Well, but
it's something I found out about. Of course, as you know, I still like to backpack.
You do? Yes, he does.
And then one of my regular backpacking buddies, he's very cleanliness minded. And what you're looking for when you're out there, if you're out for multiple days, you're trying to stay clean and you don't have a shower.
Yeah.
But some backpacking aficionados have come up with an idea for a little portable bidet.
Wait a minute. How would that possibly... Yeah, I can't even envision what it might look like.
Well, I'm glad you asked, Mark.
Oh, I'm glad. Do I need to hold your microphone?
There you go. You just take your water bottle.
Yeah.
And you take the little drinking cap off and you put on this thing, in case you want to look it up, folks. It's Culo Clean, CuloClean.com.
Culo the top of that?
Yeah, you kind of get it seated in there really good.
Don't squeeze anything over here.
No, I'm not going to.
Electronics.
I thought I would kind of demonstrate this, but it not on me.
Okay, because we are got a camera running, so
we have the camera running.
Be too gross out here.
No, but so we're gonna. I brought my groundhog here. We're gonna kind of, because you got Groundhog Day coming up soon.
Yeah.
And we're gonna pretend my groundhog is me.
I can visualize.
All right,
that,
so I'm gonna put my mic down now.
Okay, I can kind of narrate what's going on. All right. So
mic's going down.
Mic's going down. All right, there you go. So Gary has got this nice looking water bottle with that fancy device on top, and let's make sure. You can see. I can see.
There's a spot there. There's a spot right here.
Right.
That's your aim. Here we go. Just get.
All right. So he pulls the spot upward. Oh yeah.
All right. So now we're gonna pretend like this groundhog.
So he's got a groundhog now, stuffed one now, not real. Okay.
Not a real groundhog.
Okay.
Of course, his arms would have to be longer.
Yeah.
And his feet would have to be longer, so he's standing. But the idea, you've kind of done your business.
You've done your business.
And you want to get clean. Paper just,
Paper doesn't always work. I'm going to try to hold this mic a little bit closer to you. All right, there we go.
Paper, because you don't leave it like you pack it out.
That's
true. So wouldn't it be better if you didn't have to, the less you had to pack out?
That's true.
So
sometimes you have to pack it out. You're not even supposed to leave it, bury it even.
No, not anymore.
So you take your water bottle with your special top.
All right, and this groundhog, that's me.
That's Gary.
And
he's dropped his drawers and you haven't used any toilet paper, right?
No. Okay, here we go. Boom.
Oh my gosh.
There you go.
You know what? That's product.
Here,
I think we can use. All right, he's doing it a second time. This groundhog's not even squirming.
No, he's
no.
And he might shake a little bit like that.
That's a good idea.
And I've only used, you can see how much
That's right. Very frugal.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
very efficient.
There
You're
you
using
go.
Smart water. That probably helps the whole.
Well, it's not. It's just regular water now.
Oh, you just put it in.
But this is your backpacking aficionados. These bottles are thinner walled than your Nalgene bottles, so they squeeze easier. And they're lighter weight.
Yeah.
So the idea, your hardcore backpackers won't carry a Nalgene bottle
anymore.
Because
that's a good point.
These are, of course,
and this is pretty big, 23.7 ounces.
I don't buy bottled water. I make a point not to, but I'll see if this lasts me all summer.
The bottle. So what's the purpose of the top normally, other than that nice bidet?
That's it.
That's it.
Just take that off, and I've got, like the regular water bottle top.
Nice. I like that.
There you go.
You know what? Because you're right. That toilet paper is just gross. And
well, you can go way down the rabbit hole on how to backpack and how to keep yourself clean. There are multiple websites.
Oh yeah.
And actually, Andrew Skurka, Skurka, who went to Duke, who ran cross country there. He has. I enjoy his website. Now he's young and covers many miles, and and I'm old and slow.
Yeah, but compared to me, you're speedy.
And then he knows what he knows and he knows what he doesn't know, so that when he got all these questions about, well, I'm a girl and I want to be hygienic, and he has a lady he defers to, and she goes into great detail talking to ladies. But
all right. It's important.
The whole idea, cleanliness. I think of the line from our high school play was Tom Jones.
Really?
And there was the narrator. There's this cleanliness is next to godliness, but on the road to London, it's next to impossible. But anything you can do to keep yourself feeling clean.
Yeah, I remember 2019, I was up in New England, and with a group of kids, and we were just doing like a 2-mile in and out on the AT. And I was telling the kids about these people who are through hikers and blah, blah, blah. Amazingly, here comes a family. It's a father and 3 sons. They weren't all together. The 2 older kids were ahead. The 12-year-old, whose age of our kids, was with the dad, who was probably a mile behind. But anyhow, long story short, I ended up being a trail angel for them and got them to Walmart. And they changed clothes in the rental van. And I'm going to tell you, talking about you can't do but so much cleaning out there on the trail.
That's right.
Yeah, they were ripe. And but I was, in fact, ripe days later. We knew they had been in the van. But,
I don't winter backpack anymore, but one of the advantages, 40 years ago when I did, you didn't need just snowballs.
Yeah, good point.
Snowballs are like your little frozen bidet.
Yeah.
And
you'd probably be quick about it too.
Since it was used on the
dripping.
groundhog.
Don't drip it over here though.
Yeah. We could designate this Groundhog Bidet Day.
There you go.
So
I like that.
There you go. Groundhog Bidet Day.
Well, that groundhog took one for the.
He did.
For the
I'm putting him
podcast
down
here.
Yeah.
Well, anything else going on, Gary?
Well, we could talk about as we go through history, since the bridge was built in 27.
What else? A couple vehicles. We got people coming through here, and we got this camera set up right in the middle of the parking lot. So we'll take a look here.
This place gets a.
That's got a lot of people.
Yeah. In 1927, that's the year Lindbergh flew across the Atlantic. What else we got going on?
In 1927, the year that the bridge.
The year the Jazz Singer first talkie movie came out.
Wow. There's a lot going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see.
And I think, let's see. What's another one? Oh, no, that's the ones that come to mind.
Well, that's pretty good. I get this daily email from history.com, and they always say this day in history, but not necessarily 1927, just hit or miss what days they're talking about. But
I think that might have been 27, the first transatlantic phone call.
Wow.
From New York to London.
And so you certainly remember living in Kentucky and calling the next town over the state. It was long distance call back then, wasn't it?
You would wait the rates till the rates were down, which on a weeknight it had to be after 6. And then they really dropped at 11, but I'm supposed to be in bed by then. But I remember talking long distance to who I hoped would be girlfriends who were far away, and well after 11. That was your cheapest rate.
I remember having to go through the operator first. Do you?
Well, yeah.
I mean, we live in a small town. You were in a big city of what town in Kentucky?
Frankfort,
Kentucky, yeah.
Yeah, I think you could dial direct.
So, by the way, Frankfort, is that related to Frankfurt, Germany?
Not at all. It is a kind of a bastardization of Frank's Ford.
Okay.
There was a Ford of the, wherever you could cross a river was a big deal. And at Frank's Ford, Frank, I think he was unlucky. He was killed by Shawnee Indians, but they sort of named this Ford after him. And so that's had nothing to do with Germany. Yeah.
Okay. I thought y'all were sister cities or something. No,
and it's Fort.
Okay.
Not.
I figured it wasn't. I knew the spelling was going to be right. So, we're about to wrap this up, but
boy, this time flies.
I tell you, but back Gary and Mark Podcasting University. Yeah. Have you heard anything about any Russian hacking of that?
I don't think. We have been able so far to fool any kind of hackers.
Yeah, there's not a lot of records for them to hack into, actually.
And I haven't seen any like degrees go out to places, in
other than that one in Denmark.
Volgograd,
that's true. And, we hadn't heard from him lately. He could have been part of that.
Petersburg.
Yeah, we haven't had any. In fact, we haven't had many go out lately at all. So it's still not too late to sign up spring semester.
No, and you could be COVID-free.
COVID-free and get your diploma all in the same minute.
Yeah.
Just go to GaryandMark.com.
Yeah.
Figured it out. There's a link. Get honorary degree. Not honorary, it's earned degree.
It's earned.
Get your name on the Distinguished Alumni page. Yep. Cost you nothing.
And our athletic program's sort of on hold.
Yeah, I need to get Don back on the show and get him to figure out what's going on.
Yeah.
And also Jim out in Arizona somewhere.
Yeah.
Hadn't heard from him in a while. His Iron Man triathlon. Actually, it was Aluminum Man triathlon.
Aluminum Man, yeah.
We'll get all these people back on. It's, of course, a year ago, we had not heard of COVID. We weren't.
That's right.
We weren't in the know about that. It's amazing to think we're still doing this, though, now 10 months later.
Yeah. And now I don't know when I'm going to get a shot, but
I'm ready.
They're out. I think they're out of stuff right now in Henderson County, but they're ready for the 65 and over. So
exactly, and I'm ready to get it as soon as I can. Yeah. All right. Well, Gary, Happy New Year again.
Happy New Year, Mark.
Happy New Year to our friends.
Happy New Year, folks.
Check us out at GaryandMark.com. Thanks to our sponsors.
Big Whizz Pocket Buddy.
There you go. Big Whizz, Rapid Island Resort.
Rapid Island Resort.
Saluda Outfitters down the road, just a few miles away. 2 miles down the road.
Yeah.
L.J. Myers and his White Dove releases. Yeah. And also we kind of throw in Iron Key Brewing Company.
Iron Key Brewing, which here we are on Highway 176, and remember that was the site of a prison, and those prisoners.
That's right.
Helped build 176.
Yeah. That's right, down in Columbus, North Carolina. Yeah. All right. Well, as always, it's been fun.
Has been.
And now I'm ready to have that beer. Are you, Gary?
Okay.
All right. We'll see everybody later.
So long,
all right,
folks.
So long.